Baruch atah asherah anat malecha ha'alam asher kedeshani b'mitzvotav v'tzivani v'hitatif l'tzitzit. Good morning. All my bells are dulled. Good morning, Erica. Good morning, Sarah. Let's try that again. Yeah. Good morning, Katie. Stop apologizing for talking too much. If I thought you were talking too much, I would ignore you. That's usually what I do when I think people talk too much. Like, it's definitely possible to do, but you don't. It's fine. Erica, it is 8:42. Yes, it is early. This is when I would like to be streaming this time of day, but I'm often just extremely slow in the mornings, and it takes me a long time to get ready. But today I have energy, I guess. Where in the you're in North America, right? Where in the country are you? Your stories are really interesting, Sarah. Like, I think the experiences are actually a little mundane, right? But just like, oh, you worked in customer service and you interacted with bizarre people. Like, people are bizarre. You're in Mississippi. I should have known that. I'm sorry that I did not know that. Thanks, Katie. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with it this morning. The trick is to paint your eyes the same color as your shawl. It's Sharpie, CJ, but yes, I did make this backdrop specifically so that I could hang out with you and look like a mushroom fairy. Yep. Those are my goals. Good morning, 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 all. I'm so happy to be here with you. Things are going really well, Michaela. I haven't been posting videos because I'm working on a thesis. But I'm actually, like, as far as my mental health is concerned, it is better than it has been in 2 years. I'm doing quite well. And I feel very lucky to be able to say that. I will be posting a few videos shortly, actually, because I don't know how many of you were hanging out with me when I was working on this grant project, this documentary project a couple years ago. I got a grant to make a video about seed saving in the southeastern United States. and we traveled all around Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and that project ruined me, right? Because it was tied with a breakup, and it was very rough. But in any case, the videos that we made like I don't know, like an hour long, no, 3 hour long documentary, a series. There's 9 episodes about how to save seeds, particularly for southeastern varieties, and it's been published. And we are now doing the like publicity campaign, and the project manager has been promoting it at all sorts of conferences and things. And so next, on Monday, I will be posting just a little trailer video with a link to the documentary series, and you can watch it. And then if I'm posting one video on Monday, I have to post like 2 or 3 because it's fucking TikTok. And then also, I don't know, do any of you know Astrid Lundberg? She's another science communicator, TikToker person on here. She does a lot of like anthropology, cladistics, evolutionary biology, neurodivergent content. She's great. But she's going to visit me at my commune for 5 days, and we're going to give some talks at the university about science communication and, you know, how do you deal with trolls and things like that. We're going to talk to professors about how to talk about science on the internet. So, like, chances are I'll probably make something with her, something quick. What? Astra's your aunt? What does that mean? She's not married. Or, I don't know enough about her family. Explain. Yeah, so I probably will post a few things over the next few weeks, but I can't do it full time. I wish. So yeah, there'll be some stuff, and then I will actually, once I graduate, I'm going to graduate in June, and once I graduate, I'm teaching a TikTok class in July. Right? Like, I'm actually teaching a class about TikTok in July, so I have to start posting things in July. So by July, I will start posting regularly again. I promise. Your dad's sister? I'm not sure I believe you. I don't know why I don't believe you. I mean, because you're like a person that I don't know on the internet. I mean, you've been here before. I recognize your name. Your father's sister. But just like the age gap. Like, she's in her late 20s. I'm confused. How could she be your father's sister? That doesn't make sense. I don't know, but I don't know how old you are. I just assume you're also in your 20s, but I could be totally wrong. Maybe she's way younger. It's true. It is possible. The things you say could be true. Good morning, Freedom. How are you? Thanks, heavens. Kiara Rose, my transition is going well. That is that's a challenging question to answer. In like, I don't know, 6 or 12 months, I'll have a doctor give me a new face. Just chop it off and replace it with a new one. It's gonna be very traumatic. I'm doing really well, Freedom. It's so nice to see you again. How is life in your hectic home? How are all your kids? Oh, hi, cat. Oh, hello. No, I'm not going to change my face too much. That is a strong exaggeration. I said it to scare you. Yes, I will be getting FFS. I'm not getting a brand new face. They're just going to make my chin smaller and my forehead smaller. But like just is doing a lot of work there. Right? They're going to cut out a little bone from my chin. I'm going to get to keep it. I asked the doctor. He said I could keep it. So I'll get to show you my face bone in like a year. In the meantime, I just spend 2 hours on the phone basically every day with some healthcare professional. Hey, Fidelis, why did you send me a letter saying that you were going to wait to look at my claim until 1753? I got this letter. It's ridiculous. Here, let me show you. Poop, poop, poop. Where's the letter? It's very expensive. And I'm not going to be paying in money. Instead, Kiara, I'm paying in time. So I'm going to get my insurance company to pay for it, but if I'm going to get them to pay for it, I have to deal through this bullshit. So I got this letter in the mail the other day. It says, review extended. And I will read it to you. Dear Maxwell Thaler, on January 1st, 1753, you asked Fidelis for an outpatient procedure. Fidelis Care is reviewing your request. You are getting this notice because we need more information and are extending our review until January 1st, 1753. So I got this bizarre letter. It makes no sense. I also got this letter saying that they had authorized a procedure CPT code 15820, which is eyelid surgery, which I'm not getting. So there's just like, there's just a lot of nonsense. And so I had to call them yesterday and talk to them on the phone and be like, what the deal is this? Why are you sending me correspondence backdated from before George Washington was alive? Overwhelming. It's a full-time job. It's a lot of work. It's not necessarily overwhelming. I just have to like work at it every day. But if I work at it every day for a year, I will get a surgery for close to free, and the surgery otherwise would cost out of pocket like $50,000 or $60,000. So it's a lot higher paying work than my actual job. And I'm gonna win. I'm very confident that I'm gonna win. So, I just have to deal with their bullshit. Yeah, I'm working on that too, Kiara. It's a lot. It is a lot. Okay, well, we haven't even said any words, so I think we should probably say some words. That's important. That's why we're here. So, let's say some words from the book of Deuteronomy. And remember that there were people long ago who thought about the world radically differently than we do, and yet we still say the things that they said. No, I'm not getting bottom surgery. I like my genitals just as they are. Thank you very much. Shema Yisrael Asher Eloheinu Yahweh Echad. Vahafta et Anat Elohecha ובכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך וחיו הדברים האלה אשר נוחי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך וחיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך וחיה כי והחיה אלוהיך אל הארץ אשר נשבע לאבותיך לאברהם ליצחק וליעקב ולתת לך ערים גדולות וטובות אשר לא בנית ובתים מלאים כל טובה אשר לא מילאת וברות עצובים אשר לא עשת כערים בזיתים אשר לא נתת והלכת ושבת ישמר לך פן תשכח את יורה אשר תשכח מארץ מצרים מבית עבדים. When Yahweh Eloheinu brings you into the land that he swore to your fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to assign to you great and flourishing cities that you did not build, houses full of all good things you did not fill, hewn cisterns that you did not hew, vineyards and olive groves that you did not plant, and you eat your fill. Take heed that you do not forget Yahweh, who freed you from the land of Egypt, the house of bondage. That is the proper response, Sarah. Thank you. I said I made a documentary. I did. So the documentary is live now. It's on YouTube, on the Utopian Seed Project YouTube channel, which I know is a little bit, that's difficult to find. I'm going to be posting a video on this TikTok page right here on Monday. And in that video, and I will change the link in my bio to be a link to the website that's hosting the documentary about seed saving, so you will be able to find it that way. But if you're really chomping at the bit, you can Google Utopian Seed Project and look on their website, and you'll be able to find it, or look for their YouTube channel, and it's already up. But we're doing like a promotional schedule, so it goes in a particular order. So, what shall we do? I think we should read about the Anzu bird. This isn't real. None of it's real. It's all a lie. Have a nice day too, Matt Damon. So, we were reading this story about Anzu, a demigod. And Anzu... Can I show you a picture of Anzu? It's really great. I will fill you in. Good morning, Lady Legacy. Yes, I will fill you in. Anzu bird. Where's the Anzu bird? Anzu bird. Not Anzu. Okay, Anzu means a lot of things, apparently. It's a very old word. Anzu bird. Images. Yeah, there's the Anzu bird. Look at that crazy creature. So there's this story that we've been reading about the creation of the Anzu bird, right? This is a dragon slaying myth, right? Dragon slaying myth, it's a very old motif. Thank you, Twiggy Bean. Yeah, it's a very old motif, and we're going to hear a story about the hero who slays the dragon. But first, the dragon needs a motive, and I think the motive is really great. So this, cosmic being was living in the mountains, and then the wind god, Eliel, is just like, you would look really great in my temple. You would look so good just, on top of on the doorway, just, hanging out in the archway. You can watch me when I'm doing my sacred ablutions. It'll be great. You'll be such good set dressing. I'm just gonna decide your fate right now. And so Eliel takes the Anzu bird and mounts him on the wall, and the Anzu bird's like, fuck this, I'm gonna decide my own fate. And he takes the tablet of destiny from Eliel, steals all of Eliel's powers. You're gonna become a statue, Anzu bird. Yeah, it's not a nice thing for Eliel to do. Let the wild dragon live in the mountains. But no. So anyway, the Anzu bird takes the tablet of destiny that holds all of the legislative powers that the god king holds, right? Because the god is the king and the king is the god, and they're connected in this the state created in mythology where god and king are the same kind of entity. Surprising, right? So the Anzu bird takes the law book and flies away with it. And then we have this repetitive sequence where all the gods get together in their divine council, and they're like, somebody's got to go kill the Anzu bird, and they pick out these different gods, and they're like, you should go kill him. Clearly he needs to be killed. And then the god says, nah, that Anzu bird's really powerful. He's going to turn me into clay. I don't want to turn into clay. You go find someone else. And this sequence is going to repeat 2 or 3 times. We read it twice, and we're going to read it one more time. So, here we go. Thus they summoned next to them Shara, the son of Ishtar. And the overlord raised his voice, making a proposal, saying, Great and fearsome Shara, whose charge cannot be stemmed, go and hit Anzu with your powerful weapon, the earthquake. And your name will gain fame within the Congress of the gods. None of your brothers, the gods, could claim to be your equal, and surely you will find that temples will be erected for you. Your cult centers will emerge everywhere in the 4 quarters, and so too your cult centers shall be established within Ikur. Reveal your might before the gods, and you will be supreme. And Shara gave his reply, speaking to his father, Anu, saying, Father, would anyone eagerly go to that remote mountain? Which of your sons, the gods, do you think could beat Anzu? He holds the tablet of fate, the possession of the Eliel power. All rights were neglected once Anzu took wing and vanished. No longer does Dornaki's god dictate all commands. He does. Just in pronouncing the words any curses, he will turn to clay. Thus the gods must dread whatever invocation he might utter, and turning about, declared he would make no such journey. In such a hopeless situation, the gods were left at a loss for words. At their seats, even the Igigi were despairing, deeply depressed. Then the master of thought, from the Apsu, and full of wisdom, Ea formed an idea within himself. Yes, I know it's early today. Sorry if it's a problem. It's nice to see you, Batya. I'm sorry you're at work. The master of thought, Ea, formed an idea within himself. His heart devised a solution. He conveyed to Anu what he had considered in deep thought. Bestow unto me authority that I might go and make a search, and select from amongst the Congress to identify Anzu's slayer. I will go forth and conduct this search among the gods myself, and select from amongst the Congress to identify Anzu's slayer. Hearing his words, the Igigi, no longer troubled, kissed his feet. Then the far-seeing one, holy Ea, raised his voice to be heard, and spoke, sending his words to be heard by Anu and Dagan. Send word to Belet Ili, the god's sister, that I seek her presence, she who acts as the judicious advisor to her brothers, the gods. Assure that her supreme status is declared within the Congress, and the gods bestow unto her high honors within the Congress. I will then disclose to her the plan I have devised in my heart. Okay. And they gave the word that the god's sister, Belet Ili, was sought, she who acts as the judicious advisor to her brothers, the gods. Assured that her supreme status was declared in the Congress, and the gods bestowed unto her high honors in the Congress, then Ea disclosed to her the plan he had devised in his heart. Before now we have referred to you by the name Mami, but henceforth you shall be called Mistress of the Gods. Propose this to the strong man, your most famous dear one, with great power, who calls the ranks of legions for battle. Go and propose this to Nimrod, your famed dear one, with great power, who calls together the battle-ready 7. And he shall be addressed as Lord within the gods' congress, revealing his might to the gods. His name will be supreme. That his name will be extolled throughout the entire world, and so too his cult center shall be established within Ikor, and the Lord of the high gods will be the title that he will bear. No longer mom, instead mistress of all the gods. Some like BDSM mistress, right? She's gonna get a killer to go kill the dragon. All who heard were glad at the wise counselor's utterance, while the Igigi remained silent, filled with apprehension, and Mami heard every word which he had spoken to her. And the peerless one, Belet Ili, answered him, certainly. And the gods of the earth received her reply with great joy, and the Igigi were no longer troubled, and kissed her feet. And then she asked her son to join her within the gods' congress, and she gave counsel to her beloved before Anu and Dagon, declaring the purpose of their actions before the congress. I gave birth to all the Igigi, and I also made the Anunnaki. So too, I brought this very Congress of the gods into existence, and it was I who conferred upon my brother his Elil power. I also judged that the rule of the heavens would go to Anu, but this Anzu has disrupted the cosmic order and set forth he has gained the tablet of fate, which I myself designated is guilty of stealing from Elil. He has overthrown your father, and has usurped all the rights, using them for his own sake. She chose the right direction, and she designated the hour. And that is the end of Tablet 1. And we will resume reading Tablet 2 next time. I mean, it's funny the roles that women play in these stories, right? Like, they're definitely not absent. If you compare them, like, strictly, compare them to the Abrahamic myths, where just, like, all of the women have just, like, literally just been removed from the story. Right, like, there's still patriarchy here, but there's this, you know, all of these gods, they go after hero, and they're like, hey, will you kill this savage beast? And he's like, nah. That savage beast is too scary. And so finally they have to ask, like, the mother goddess of all, so listen, you made all of us. Will you please help us? Will you please give us a hero? And she's like, okay, fine. I guess I'll do that, but you have to remember that I gave birth to literally all of you. It's pretty good. So I don't know the etymological roots of this, and like I know that this translation is a little funky. Like they're saying that the hero's name is Nimrod. So it's spelled Mami in this translation, but like I don't really trust these translations for that kind of like literal analysis or specific analysis, because the hero's name is Nimrod, and Nimrod is the name that shows up in the Bible, in the Old Testament. But like when I was researching this story yesterday, what I read was that in the Akkadian version, it's Ninurta is the actual name of the hero, and none of the texts have a name like Nimrod in them. That's just this translator trying to choose a name that was more familiar to an English-speaking audience, or an audience that was Christian. So like yes, Mami is the name of this goddess, or like one of the names, like Belet Ili is another of her names. So they have many, many names, and I don't know what like academic decision making this person, Timothy Stephanie, used to determine these names. But like at the very least, I know that ancient Sumerian and also Akkadian, like the Sumerian is a language isolate, Akkadian is a Semitic language, whereas Mami, like the way that you know it as like mother, is an Indo-European root, right? So like if this were an Iranian story or somewhere in that Indo-European arc, then you could more firmly guess that Mami was associated with motherhood, and like clearly she's a mother goddess. Like that's not questioned. Like she said, I gave birth to all of you. But yeah, whether the Sumerians would have referred to her as Mami is an answerable question, but it's not a question that I can answer. It would require more scholarship. Like, I just bought this off of Amazon because it's a nice book and it's got Ishtar on it and she's really pretty, and like this is not an academic translation because I wanted to read a story to you, right? So I got an accessible version of the story, and it means that there's some assumptions built into it that I can't unpack. But that's okay, right? Like story is more like, there's a reason why I don't read the academic stuff. Like I think that the narrative is more important. Like I want to get a sense for the story arcs of these myths, because that's what like grabs me, that's what impacts me. Yeah, so if you really want to know, you can do the research. Yes. Yeah, like, I found another translation of the Baal cycle. Your eyeballs do read right now, so you can also look it up. Like, I read one translation of the Baal cycle where it says that Baal and Anat gives birth to Moshe, like Moses. I was like, what's going on here? But I haven't been able to find any other reference to it. And in other translations, it just says that she gave birth to the Lord. So like, I would love to do more like actual scholarship around these stories. Maybe one day when I stop writing a thesis on science education, I can dig into ancient Near Eastern myths. We shall see. Thank you, Freedom. People have told me lots of things about myself today. That's the blessing and the curse of being on the internet. Everybody wants to share their opinion about who they think you are. But I appreciate your opinion. Oh, hi. Hey, cat. This cat is named Mommy. Mama cat. Woo! Oh, man. Oh, man. But I like your opinions. I like them very much. She is scratchy. Hello, Starshine. The Earth says hello. Hello, hello, hello. So, it is time for Arati. Arati and Kaddish. And then we will conclude. Jaya Jaya Arati Vina Vinayaka Vina Vinayaka Shri Ganesha Jaya Jaya Arati Subramanya Subramanya Kartikeya Jaya Jaya Arati Venugopala Venugopala Venuola Papa Vidura Navanita Chora Jaya Jaya Arati Venkantaramana Venkantaramana Sankatarana Sitarama Radhe Shama Jaya Jaya Arati Gauri Manohara Gauri Manohara Bhavani Sankara Sambasada Shiva Uma Maheshwara Jaya Jaya Arati Raja Rajeshwari Raja Rajeshwari Tripura Sundari Mahalakshmi Mahasaraswati Mahakali Mahashakti Jaya Jaya Arati Anjaneya Anjaneya Hanumanta Jaya Jaya Arati Dattatreya Dattatreya Chimutri-vatara Jaya Jaya Arati Adityaya Adityaya Bhaskaraya Jaya Jaya Arati Saniscaraya Saniscaraya Bhaskaraya Jaya Jaya Arati Sankarachaya Sankarachaya Advaita Gravi Jaya Jaya Arati Sadgurunata Sadgurunata Shivananda Jaya Jaya Arati Vishnu Devananda Vishnu Devananda Vishnu Devananda Jaya Jaya Arati Agastya Munaye Agastya Munaye Shirama Priyaye and Jaya Jaya Arati Ayapa Samine Ayapa Samine Dharma Shastave Jaya Jaya Arati Jesus Gurave Moses Gurave Buddha Gurave Jaya Jaya Arati Muhammad Gurave Guru Nanak Gurave Samastya Gurubho Namaha Jaya Jaya Arati Venugopala. I mean, I suppose this is Judaism in the same sense that reading about ancient Mesopotamian gods is Judaism. This particular mantra comes from the Shivananda yoga tradition. Shivananda was a guru in India at the turn of the century, last century, and he sent some acolytes over to America to convert the Americans to Hinduism, and I don't know if he succeeded, but I learned their prayers. Yes, my picture is a Hand of the Woods, and I was raised Jewish. Natatra suyobati natandrakartam nimavidyobati kutoyamagni Twameva vantamidvandi sarvam tasya basya sarvidam bivanti Om gange kayamane kaivakovari saraswati Narmade siddhikaveri Namastitam namo namaha Twameva mata jabita twameva Twameva bandusha saka twameva Twameva vidya javinam twameva Twameva sarvam mama deva deva Kayena vacha manasendriyarva Buddhyat manava prakrite sabhavad Karom yad yad sakalam parasmahi Narayana iti sarmar payami Sarvadamam pravichaya mamekam sarvadam vrija Amsva sarvapapayo mokshaya mimasucha. Whatever actions I perform with my body, speech, mind, senses, my nature, my intellect, or my emotions, all these, I dedicate to you. To you, yes, you. Thanks. Thanks for being here with me so frequently. You too, Jada. I'm glad you're still here. It's been really nice to see you so frequently this week. And Jenny, hi. Hi, it's been a while. How's the weather in Texas? Likewise. Old friends and new friends. God, I think it is so cool that I still get to talk with you. For those of you who don't know, Jada and I went to high school together. It was a formative experience. So, Yeah, join the Discord. Sticky. Muggy and humid. I wish it were muggy and humid here. It's cold here. It's really cold here. Snowy. High school, yes. Yeah, what? 15 years ago? More? Yes, and we're still friends. Friends because the internet allows us to be. It's very nice. Alright, I won't say how long ago it was. So now we're going to say Kaddish. Kaddish means holy. Kadosh, kadosh, kadosh. Like, I think about, I should really read the book of Isaiah, right? Because, like, I give this, like, little meme image, because it's such a powerful image. But I haven't actually read the book of Isaiah, so I don't really know the context. But, like, the book of Isaiah is this apocalyptic story, right? Like, Isaiah was writing immediately prior to the Babylonian exile, and he was prophesying the destruction of his city because he could see the writing on the wall. There was this giant empire that was like eating up tiny kingdoms left and right, and he's like, this is gonna happen, right? And so then he has this like psychedelic vision of like being at the throne of Yahweh, but of course he can't see Yahweh, because if you see Yahweh then you die, right? And so hiding Yahweh's face, setting Yahweh's face apart from the rest of the world, is this host of angels, but he doesn't see the angels either. He just sees wings, just like wings and wings and wings, and Yahweh is just covered by these feathers, and all the angels are chanting Kadosh, 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 holy, 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 right? And it's like, it's an image of death, and takes him 5 years to cover it. Is that in there? What does that mean? One day I will read the book of Isaiah. One day. I got stuck on the book of Jeremiah. Isaiah comes right after Jeremiah, but I got stuck on Jeremiah, and Jeremiah is just like so like blamey and just like, oh, you whore, you're gonna be ripped up like a root, like it's terrible, and I just couldn't get through it, and I moved on to other things. Anyway, Kaddish is a prayer of mourning, and the word means holy, QDS, Kaddish, and right, here's the other meaning of that word. Sexy goddess riding a lion, carrying snakes, arousing gods left and right. Very important. So this word means many things. And it's associated with grief. So we say them because life is sad. And it always contains death. Always, always. No matter who you are, how privileged you are, what time of the world you live in, what part of anything, death comes. And I think that one of my main tasks here in this body is to prepare myself for that inevitability, and to understand it, and to understand it as not something that is distinct from what is happening now, that it is part and parcel with all the rest. And so we say Kaddish to try to remind ourselves of that and be together. So, the words of the martyrs, Kaddish, have sounded like this for quite some time. We'll say them again. Yidgadal v'yidgadash Shema Rabbah B'yama divrach yote v'yamlich mal chute v'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayed kol beit Yisrael b'agala v'zman karif imru. Amen. Yehi Shema Rabbah meva'arach li'alam almei almaya. Yitbarach v'ishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shema d'kudisha barechu leila min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata d'yamiran v'yama v'imru. Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabbah min Shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'yochol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. O say shalom b'mirmav huya asay shalom aleinu v'yochol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oh, say shalom b'mirmav huya say shalom aleinu v'yalechol Yisrael v'imru v'imru. Amen. Hey, thanks. Hey, thanks. Thanks for being my friend. I'll see you all soon, okay? I'm gonna go do my day. I'm gonna go to a doctor's appointment. Yeah. Thanks. So, you check out the link in my bio. You can join the Discord server, and we can hang out on Discord, and it'll be really nice and fun. And Sarah will tell you her life story. And you can support this stream through Patreon or with a one-time gift, or just by saying nice things in the chat. I hope you have a really lovely day. Join the Discord. Sarah wants friends. See? And I will see you all here very soon, once more. Okay? Farewell.